around 1,100 comedy shows at this year's Edinburgh Fringe, including, for the first time ever, a Russian stand-up. Igor Meerson from St. Petersburg has been brought here by the Irish actor and comedian Dillan Moran, best known as the star and creator of the sitcom Black Books. 2 years ago, Dillan Moran went to Russia as part of a European tour and became the first Irish comedian to perform there. That's when he met Igor and persuaded him to try his luck on the Fringe. Well, they're both with me now in the front row. Paul Kevin. Igor, very brave of you to come. Your president, Mr. Putin's not very popular over here following events in Ukraine, and you open your show with the words, "Hello, potential enemies. It's great to be here without an AK-47." And instead, you've got a carrot and a cucumber in your hand. What would you like to explain?
Lots of things to explain. You want me to explain our international situation? Okay, I'll try.
No, just the vegetables.
Just vegetables, okay. But no, first of all, I should explain my greeting, because my point of view is that that we should laugh. We should laugh at difficulties we have now. This is the only way to solve the problem for average people as me or anyone from my audience, because we are not politicians. And if we can have a good time together, if we can laugh at anything, it means that we are stronger than these difficulties in international politics. But cucumber, yes, cucumber is a funny thing, because I'm not sure that all our listeners know it. But a couple of days ago, my country, we made our own sanctions against Europe and USA, and now all European vegetables are forbidden. All European vegetables are forbidden, and I'm trying to eat as much as I can
so
here in Edinburgh.
You're doing something illegal with that cucumber, isn't
yes,
it?
even during my show, I'm trying to eat cucumbers, peas, and carrots, everything you have here.
A small rebellion. Dillan Moran, in your experience, what makes the Russians laugh when you performed over there?
Oh, it's exactly the same as what makes anybody laugh, what makes us laugh. You know, Igor coming over here, everybody focuses on, you know, it's understandably to a degree, because it's incredibly dramatic, obviously, right now, the political backdrop between East and West. When I went over to St. Petersburg, to Igor's city, and to Moscow, you know, I became obsessed by, having always been interested, became obsessed by what was going on over there and their perception of us and so on. But in terms of people laughing, they laugh at all the things we laugh about. They laugh about everything that we talk about at our kitchen table, you know, your family, your work, why your partner is or isn't talking to you, or why they're talking to you that way, you know, your children not listening to you, the fact that your life is going faster than you can believe is possible and you don't understand any of it. Your understanding seems to retreat as the days advance.
And if you did anything political, did you suffer experience any censorship of any sort?
Well, I talked about politics. I didn't shy away from anything at all. But what I wanted to talk about was when I started to think about what will I talk about, how will I address this, the first thing I came up with was understanding that there was a massive legacy of mistrust between us. And what I became interested in was how that served our governments on both sides. Because the Cold War could only function if there was a lot of propaganda and misinformation circulating around. You know, I think in every possible direction. That's what creates an atmosphere of mistrust, and that's how the countries worked with one another. If you want to, one way you can incapacitate your other or your enemy is to make them doubt themselves, and that's what we seem to do to one another for so long. We made each other doubt ourselves. So this coming together really did feel like it was important, and it was a worth.
Igor, in your show you say that stand-up in Russia's quite a new thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm proud to be part of the first wave. I started my stand-up 10 years ago, but it was a small clubs, very, very ones, smaller than this studio.
And I think you said that Russians don't really like to laugh at misfortune, they like to wallow in it.
Yeah, you know, the thing why observational comedy isn't huge in Russia, because everyone from the audience, they have the same observations. You're not interesting for them. You know, okay, we saw it, give us a joke. For example, if in Russia, if you say something like, okay, I'm an alcoholic and my wife, she went from home.
She's left me.
Yes, she left me because I drank call her perfume. It's not a joke for Russians.
It's the truth.
They will bring their own perfume to help you with your problem. You know?
Dylan, apart from Igor's show, I also went to see a French comedian here on the Fringe, and I was struck by how performing in a non-native tongue can be inherently funny. I mean, there's quite a lot of material in just mispronunciation, isn't it?
Yeah, I did that when I was over there. I made an ass of myself trying to wrap my mouth around certain Russian words, which still haunt me and torment me every time I think of it. I had great fun earlier on watching Igor try to name the Scotland's national flower. What was it again, Igor? Now that what do you call it again? The
thistle.
It's the thistle. Yeah. So there's these shibboleths that come up that are really difficult to
Our
deal
mouth.
with. Can't cope with it.
Yeah, and Igor, you've been quite baffled by some English idioms and expressions, haven't you?
Yes, this is a very interesting topic too, because in such idioms we can easily find the real heart of culture, and it's interesting when we have similar things in Britain and in Russia. It means that in our heads we are the same. This is my message.
Give us one particular one, just briefly.
Example?
Yeah.
For example, you have this usual British thing, a bad workman blames his tools. Yes, in Russia we have the same one. It sounds like a bad dancer thinks his balls hamper him.
I think we can just about get away with that on Radio 4. So just briefly, Dylan, are we going to see a lot more foreign comedians on the Edinburgh Fringe?
I hope so. I think people are coming from, France, Germany, Russia. It's happening. I'm sure it'll continue.
Dillan Moran and Igor Meerson, and Igor's show How I Learnt English is performing in the Pleasance in Edinburgh until August the 25th.